Yeah, it's streaming. Okay.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, my little Mayfos, and today we are doing a live reaction slash story time. And today I am joined by I'm joined by Marshy and Mr. Ghoul. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
And today we are doing some reaction to Best of
You're all
Aphmau
right.
animated, and we'll be probably telling some really weird stories later on.
Welcome to the best kids show, Zero and Friends.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Here we go.
I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to stand in my way of making new friends and awesome grades. Nothing, I tell you.
Okay, so Marshy.
Yeah.
So there was this one time, right? I was so excited to go to like lessons because this is part of story time now. So there was this one
Story time number
time
one.
I was so excited to go to lessons, right? Because there was this girl I was sitting next to, I was crushing on, and I was excited to the point that I wanted to go right away. So then now I was like ranting on my mom like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And my mom just got really angry. She's like, okay, get in the freaking car, let's go. I'd be glad to get you out of my hair. So I get there and I see her. So I sit in the seat like 2 seats behind her because I'm like, now I'm nervous. Like I was excited, but now I'm nervous. So like the dude sitting next to me is like, I realized you come to lessons, but you stare at the girl a lot. Do you like her? I was like, no, trying to act tough. So at the end of lessons now, throughout lessons I did my work, but I wrote a letter to her, and I left it on her desk. But she left before I had left it, and I didn't know. I thought she meant to like come back. And the girl that sat next to her got it, so I didn't put the girl's name on it. So she thought that whoever wrote the note liked her instead of the girl that was sitting next to her. So the next lessons I got there now, the girl that I was crushing on didn't get the letter, but the girl who sat next to her did, and was showing her. I was like, someone left a love letter for me, and I was looking at them like, no, that's not for you, it's for her. So at the end now, everyone's walking through, and this girl's like asking all the boys, did you leave this letter? Did you leave this letter? So I'm trying to get out without trying to get this question asked. And she asked the guy who sits next to me. He was like, oh yeah, he left a letter. And I was like, oh crap. So she approaches me and goes, I think you're really cute as well. I'm like, okay. And she goes home. And she's so happy, and I'm so confused, like, wait, am I supposed to be liking you or liking the other girl? Because I crushed on the other girl. So, when I finally came around and I confessed to the other girl, I realized that she had a boyfriend. And the other girl that got the letter was like, will you be my boyfriend? And I'm like, I was so hurt that I friend zoned her. I was like, it's probably best we just be friends because I don't feel like relationships. And, like, up to this day, we are still friends. And we look back at that whole thing and laugh, basically.
Aww.
That's awesome.
But I actually cried for 3 days straight, by the way.
No.
When I found out the other girl had a boyfriend, I was like, I went home, just like how Aphmau cried in the closet. It's just that I didn't cry in the closet. I was in my bed.
Me.
Continuing on the reaction time.
Yeah.
Aphmau? Aphmau? Are you crying in the closet again?
No,
Well,
Okay.
you got my number, so text me if you want, okay?
I will, and same to you. Text me whenever you want.
Aphmau! Vamonos! Get your butt over here! Wait, is that a boy?
Mom! Stop.
Marshy,
Wait, can I say something?
Marshy, you want to go next with the
Yeah.
story?
Yeah, because I actually have a good story. Okay, so my mom was at the hospital with my grandma, so my Thea was picking me up from school, and I was talking to my friend, and she was yelling at me to get in the car. I was like, okay, hold on. And I finished talking to him, and she said, "Is that a boy you're talking to? Because he's really, really strict about boys." And I was like, "No, it's a girl." And she said, "No, that's a boy." And she started yelling like she yelled word for word, "If you marry her, you have to deal with me as your new aunt." I'm like, "Oh God, no."
Oh.
It happens.
Yeah. And whenever like me and him would look back on it, we would just laugh and be like, "Well, looks like I have to deal with her now."
Well, I actually have a similar story. It's just that it involves a bike instead. So my dad, he worked close to school, and after school he would pass on the bike and pick me up. So I got my little helmet and put on my little helmet, and he put. So this one particular evening we were on like a playing field, right? And I was talking to a girl that was in my class. Now, the reaction to my dad was way different than I expected it to be. I expected my dad to be really skeptical. So instead, he stops like midway to take off his helmet, props up his bike, and leans against it and just watch me talk to this girl. Not like 30 minutes after we were done talking and I turn around and I see him. I'm like, "Dad, how long were you here?" About, I just got here. So, which was a lie. So I got on the bike. We get home, and my dad's like, "So, who's your girlfriend?" I'm like, "Huh? You don't play dumb. I saw you talking to her." I was like, that's just my friend from class." He's like, "Oh, sure." Next thing you know, there'll be a little kid running around, and you'll say, "Oh, that's just a kid from next door." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh no.
Okay.
I was so confused because I was really young, and I was like, "What the heck is he talking about? I don't know no kids next door," because I always stayed inside. I never came outside. So I was like, "What the heck is he talking about?" So then the next day I went to school, and the girl's like, "Your dad's really creepy." I was like, "What do you mean?" He stood there and watched us talk, and I'm like, "Wait, you saw him?" I was like, "Yeah." For the whole time we were talking, I was like, "Why didn't you tell me anything?" And she just was like, "Oh no." It was just a little creepy, and I didn't want to like scare you. I was like, "I'm not scared. I'm not scared." My dad's pretty cool, but he can be weird at times. Moving on.
Stop yelling and honking the horn! Hey, you with the white hair! Don't get any ideas with my daughter! Remember, you marry into this family, you have to deal with me!
What are you doing here?
I just thought I'd stop by and see if you needed any help finding, a hot boyfriend, maybe.
Sorry, sir. I already have one at home.
Well...
Aphmau, where are you?
Stop being adorable!
What?
Actually, I was similar to this too. That was the best thing. Okay, so me and my friend from elementary, he came to hang over because my mom wanted me to hang out with a friend, and I mainly had male friends. So and he was trying to get me a date. I was like, "I don't want a date." He was trying to, and then she said we're gonna go to Walmart so she could get stuff for dinner. I'm like, okay. So me and him wandered off into the kids aisle, and she said, when I'm done, if she said when you guys is done, I want you to sit like at the front door just waiting there and do not buy anything without my permission. I'm like, okay. So we wandered off into the kids toy aisle, and we just like were looking at the stuff, and he said, "So have you found any boys you like yet?" I'm like, "No." And he said, "Are you sure?" He decided to go saying, "I already have a boyfriend at home." And he was like, "Wait, what?" And then I pushed him into like these stuffed animals, and I just ran.
Oh, well.
And they were chasing me, and we just ran out of the Walmart.
So, what happened to me exactly? I had this cousin, right? And there was this place that had freshly opened, like it just opened, and I was like, you know what? Let's go and check out this place. He's like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So we're like 5% boys and like 95% girls there at the time. Like girls was in love with this place for some reason. So we walk in, there were cute girls everywhere. And my cousin spots out this one girl that's wearing a mini skirt and a shirt. At the front it says, I love anime. And then at the back it says, I love boys who like anime even more. And he looks at me and he just gives me the eyes like, that's your type right there. And she's wearing glasses and a mini skirt. And I'm like, nah, she's right out of my league, cuz. So he walks up to her and he's like, so my cousin likes you. And I'm over there looking all clueless like, huh? What's going on? Where am I? Who am I? And not 2 seconds later, my sister comes in and just shoves me in a corner, like, chucks me. And I'm like, God damn! Don't kill me! And, like, she's looking all over for me. The girl that my cousin talks to is looking all over for me, and I never met her because I left with an injury. I left with an arm injury. It wasn't that serious, but I left with an arm injury. I was like, I wonder what she's really like. I never saw her after that, though. Like, ever.
Aww.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Danny! You're next, buddy. You haven't told the story yet.
I got no stories. My life is boring as hell.
But he has
You
no
stay
story.
home a lot. You should at least have one story.
Even if it's not relevant to the topic.
Yeah. Just
Give me like
any
10 hours, okay? I'll make up a story.
Wait, what?
I'll
Okay,
give you 10
moving
hours to
on.
make up a story.
Moving on with the video.
My life is too boring for
Let's race
anything.
again.
I'm sorry.
This time, I won't go easy on you.
You call that going easy?
Just shut up and race me.
Bring it.
so many
Already
stories.
fighting? She's getting
Okay,
virtual road rage.
Wait, so I have a story.
You haven't seen Road Rage yet.
Wow. A potato can actually think.
Zero, I had a
He
story.
said
I have
something
a
about
story.
me. I heard him.
Huh?
I have a story to tell about that game thing, okay?
I have no game experiences with other people. Like, well, I have, but...
Okay, so it was my friend Eli's birthday. We used to date. And I went over to his like little arcade thing he had for his birthday. And our two other friends just ran off, probably making out in the corner. But me and Eli were just sitting there playing games. And he started beating me at some games. I was like, I'm going to beat you because we're on like a motorcycle game. And he said, like, why are you so competitive? Like, because I want to win. And then his older cousin, who I'm like kind of good friends with, saying like, is she like getting road rage or something? I just turned at her, saying, you haven't experienced road rage yet.
Until
And so
you're
me and him,
me.
me and him were there for about a good 20 minutes of him beating me until he had to go do something. So I took that as a like little thing. So I won.
Ha! Nice. For me, it went a little different. So my bro, right? My bro Raj. You would know him as Gear. So Gear now, Gear is like totally awesome at Naruto games. So I was playing against him team battles and he kept beating me. And the owner of the store realized that I was kind of getting kind of upset. It was like, whatever you do, please don't destroy my controller. I'm like, no, I'm not that destructive. I might be destructive in mind, but not that destructive. So when it came around and I finally beat Raj, it was like that one moment of glory, like, I did it! 30 minutes later, it was the only win I ever had.
Oh,
I probably just got
Me.
lucky. But it's
Yeah,
fun
like,
times
when-
like those that you look back and you're like, was I really like that? Damn.
yeah, it is like you finally win something, and that's like the only time you win.
You never win again.
You never win again. Because I remember when I was like 5, I used to play the Xbox when I was like 6. But when I was 5, not 6, 4. So when I was 5, my uncle introduced me to Halo,
Oh lord.
and you already know this is gonna turn out interesting. But he introduced me to Halo because all I ever played was Mortal Kombat and Guitar Hero. He introduced me to that into Halo, and I was just like smashing the buttons, not knowing how to play until he taught me like how to run and hit people and shoot. And I was like, okay. So I started chasing him in the game, and he would like always shoot me, and I would just be so mad until his controller died, and I took that chance. I killed him. It was like a headshot, and I was
You're
like,
like,
I
yes.
beat you! I beat you for once!
yeah, and then for the rest of the remainder of the time, as soon as the controller got on, he just rage kill you for no apparent reason.
He wasn't mad. He just kept killing me 24/7. I was like, you beat
Like-
me!
It's like, you're being mean. Why are you only coming after me?
And then when I played by myself with like computers, and then when him and my cousin ganged up on me, and I killed them both easily now, because I
That's
played
the-
for a while.
That's the joy of practicing.
I got my revenge.
Okay, moving on. Poor Lawrence. Look at Lawrence. He looks like he's scared. Like if Aphmau throws a punch, he'll die. That's how he looks. He's like, oh God, don't hit me.
Yes.
Hold me
Okay.
back, bro!
Great. See you tonight. Have a great first day. Oh, and don't talk to any boys. They're nothing but trouble.
Sweetheart, don't worry about what you look like. You're beautiful.
What's wrong with your hair? Here, take this hair gel.
Now,
Okay. You guys might think this is weird, right? But I have a lot of girlfriends. And not girlfriends as in relationship girlfriends. Friends that are girls. So, me and a couple of them we were at a mall, right? And my hair was such a mess that she's like, oh my God, you look like a raccoon slept in your hair. I was like, but there aren't any raccoons where we live. You know that. It's like, yeah, but still, it looks like a rat's nest. I'm like, it's not that bad. And they just pull my hair like, it's not that bad. So she holds my wrist, and he's like, she goes to the others, we're going to the hair store. And I'm like, huh? And they just dragged me all the way to the hair store. And the woman, the lady in there was like, so, what do I have you girls? And then she looks at me and like, are you gay? I'm like, no, I was dragged here against my will. So
Are you gay?
that's the
Are
first
you
question
gay?
they always ask. Like, are you gay? So then now my friend now, her name was Stacy. So she drags me and sits me down in the chair and she's like, deal with that mess. Ugh. So I'm like, what? Why are you saying it like I'm such a dirty person? It's just my hair. And the lady's like, so what do I have you? And I was like, I usually get a haircut. And she's like, boy, you're in the salon. You better talk fast before I start to cut your hair. I was like, okay, I'll take a nice high top fade with a little gel down. And she's like, okay, coming right up. Who's paying? And my friend quickly was just on it. Me. I was like, but I have money. She's like, no, I'm paying because this is my hair store. I was like, wait, what? She's like, no, this is where I come to get my hair done. So after now, I'm like, I feel good because I got a haircut, I got a hair done. I felt really good. So I was about to step through the door and I felt this hand hold my collar. She's like, no, we're not done yet. I was like, I swear to God, if you take me in a makeup store, I will strangle you. She's like, no, I'm not taking you to a makeup store. I'm taking you somewhere even better. I'm like, where are you taking me? To a spa. I was like, a spa? I've never been to a spa. What's it like? She's like, oh, you're gonna love it. So we get to the spa, and I'm like, okay. The lady says, take off your shoes and put it in the cubby locker. Then you get a key, so you won't so you won't lose your stuff or anything. So we did put that stuff, and the lady hands me a rubber. Like, what's this for? She said, oh, you need to strip down to your boxers. I'm like, I'm gonna what now? And bear in mind, I only see one other guy, but that one other guy is a worker. There's literally nothing but women here. Understand? And I'm freaking nervous. I'm like, I'm gonna, women here, women there, woman in a towel, woman in a short skirt. What do I do? So first we started off with massages, and like, then the lady, when I walked in the room, she was like, so you have on your towel, but are you wearing anything under the towel? And I was like, yes, I'm wearing my boxer shorts. She's like, you might have to take those off. And I'm like, what? No! I am not comfortable with this. And my friend just touched my shoulder. She's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I was like, I am a young, proud virgin. I am not ready for this kind of thing. She's like, what are you saying? It's just a massage. I was like, I swear to God, if you trick me into anything, I will have your head. So I did what was said. I had the massage. It's like, yeah, I'm ready to go home now. She's like, no, that's not it. There's much, much more. But, by the way, she paid for everything. I paid for nothing here. Trust me, I paid for nothing. So it's like, for after the massage, it was like hot rock treatment, and like the rocks weren't that hot, but they tingled a little bit. And then it was like chilling in the hot jacuzzi thingamajiggy, and I was like, ah, yes, I can get used to this. Oh, Marshy, you watch anime. You know how if you go to the hot spring, you have like a wet towel on top of your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that. I was sitting, and there was a wet towel on top of my head. I was like, ah, this feels so good. And it was such a shame when I had to leave, and then I got in like the mud pool. I was like, what? That's mud. Why would I get into mud? And she's like, it's good for the skin. It keeps your skin really soft. I was like, And I was gonna run and jump in, and the lady was like, no, we can't have any of that in our spa. I was like, damn it. So I step in and I sit down. I was like, I don't see the point of sitting in mud. Hot mud, to be precise. So then after that, I think it was buffing. It was like she gave me a manicure and a pedicure. And I walked out of the spa, and there are ladies looking at me like, damn, I'd eat him up. And I'm like, can we leave now? So,
Ew.
we get back to her place, and I'm like, that was fun. Let's never do this again. And she's like, wait, it was fun, but you don't want to do it again? It was like, if you know how uncomfortable I was, being surrounded by women only, and the only man to talk to was a bartender or a worker, you would know. Say you went to I don't know, a spa, and they're only men, and you're the only woman, you'd be uncomfortable. She'd be like, and she just goes like this, no, I think I'd be in heaven. I was like, oh, God.
Oh my god.
So I never went to the spa again because it was very uncomfortable. Like, I know guys go to the spa now, but I never went back because I was really uncomfortable back then. So imagine me going now, it'd be super uncomfortable.
I would probably take you to a spa.
Oh no! Please tell me they're like the majority of the people there are gonna be guys as well.
I will try to find. I will find a spa with just men. With
No!
just, like, majority of men.
No,
No,
that's
just
even
majority
worse.
of men, and some of it will be women, so it will not be uncomfortable. Okay.
Okay, like I would actually. Well, if I go to a spa with you, at least I have someone I really trust to talk to, because Stacy, I could trust Stacy to save my life. Moving on.
Woo!
I think this is when she gave Kim advice.
If you want to kiss him, you have to make sure both you and him are okay with it. Give him the look, like this. See how he responds.
You puff out your feathers like this and do a little dance.
Yeah,
This will
actually,
not
full
only
story
attract
similar
her
to
to
this.
you, but will scare off other males as well.
Did you see how Zane popped in? He's like, what's going on?
Alright, so I had a story similar to that, okay?
Oh god. This is gonna be embarrassing,
Oh.
isn't it?
A little bit. Not for me, but for my friend. So, me and him were trying to be Cupid. And, we were trying to hook up these two people who liked each other. And I was actually being the, like, helpful one, telling her, like, if you want to date him, go for it. But you have to make sure you and him are comfortable with it. And then, when I heard, like, his advice, he just said, you have to, like, be manly and grab her and all that. I'm like, what? No, that's not how you do that. So I had to help both, and he was just acting so stupid and saying, you're not, like, good, like, you need to, like, cut your hair like mine. It's beautiful. I'm like, no, your hair is not beautiful. And so I was Cupid all on my own, and I hooked them up, and they're still together until this day.
Yay!
Yeah.
Happy story.
Well, this
And
next
actually,
scene, I
Chuck-
actually have a story for what you're about to see in this next scene. So,
Now get down here.
See, Celestia? I am much better with dogs.
okay. Now, you guys can laugh at this all you want when I'm done. When I first started watching AFMAO, I fell in love with the Mayflower race. So, I was going to like a sort of like a school. It was like a school, but it wasn't a school. It was like after you finish like high school and you have nothing to do and you can't roll in college, you go to this kind of school. So, when I started watching AFMAO, it was like I fell in love with Mayflows, and I fell in love with Kawaii-chan even more. So it was like I wanted to be a Mayflow so bad, and it was I think it was a Thursday. If not Thursday, it was a Friday. But it was some day closing to the end of the week, and I could wear whatever I wanted. So I wore a long sleeve pink shirt. I had a kind of like a ribbon, not a ribbon, but like a head tie, like a bandana, a red bandana, because I was trying to be like a boy version of Kawaii-chan. So I was trying to sort of be Kawaii-kun. And I had on like a purple long, it was like a jeans-ish kind of pants. And I had on my black Nikes. And, well, I had on a pink cattail with a ribbon tied to it. And pink wolf ears, because I couldn't find cat ears. And I had gotten a haircut. That day. Oh god. I had gotten a haircut that day. So I had like a goatee, like my beard was lined up and I had like a fresh cut and stuff. And I rolled in with a purple and pink hoodie with a cat on the back. And then I just took a permanent marker and wrote Kawaii-chan is bae on the bottom of my hoodie. So I rolled in, and the guard lady looks at me really weird. She's like, just sign the book and go upstairs, you weirdo. I'm like, I think that's a compliment. Everyone's weird. That's what makes everyone's difference. And she's like, yeah, whatever you say. So I signed the book, and I go upstairs. So basically, I was in a course that we were dealing with cameras. And like it was digital media, so we like edited and stuff, and we like shot little clips. So what happened was I walked into class, and my bestest friend, her name, I called her Little Yuki because she was way short. Like she was like a little potato. She was so short, and I would call her my Little Yuki. And she ran up to me. She was like, "You're especially, is it Anime Con today?" I was like, "No, Anime Con is next month." She was like, "Why are you dressed like you're cosplaying?" Oh, by the way, I had in amber contacts as well. So I was trying to get my Kawaii-kun looking, right? So she was like, "So why are you dressed like that?" I was like, I just feel like being a character today, you know, because." And then I introduced her to Aphma. She was like, "Okay, I am gonna do my own thing. I like Aphma, but I'm gonna do my own thing." I was like, "Yeah." So I'm walking around my class, and the girls that do like anime is just staring at me like, "Oh my god!" And it's only when we went downtown. That I was getting noticed by a lot of people because of the bright colors that I had on. And there was this one toddler that really liked my ears, and she stole my ears. I'm sorry. I lifted her, I had her in my arms, and my hair was so poofy that I couldn't feel when she took the ears out, and she stuck them in her pocket. And when I let her ran off to her mom, my little Yuki was like, "You know she stole your ears," and I was like, "No!" So we got by my little Yuki now, and we're in like her veranda. We're just sitting out in front. We're just talking a bunch of crap. And not 2 seconds later, I was heading home. I sat in the bus. So usually when I sit in the bus, the tail like is between my legs, and I look down. I'm like, "That's weird. I didn't have to fix my tail just now." I looked down. I was like, "Where's my tail?" For when I get home, for little Yuki to call me and say, "Oh, I abducted your tail. You're never getting it back." I'm like, first a kid steals my ears, then my best friend steals my tail. What's next? Is my hoodie gonna go missing next? So the next day I go to school. She's like, "I got you something in replacement of your tail," and she got me like little kitty socks, and it was I think I still have them, but I don't wear them as much. But she got me like little the sock is pink and they have black and white kitties on them. I was like, "I accept the gift. You can keep the tail, but these are the most precious things I ever received in my life." I actually have to find that hoodie as well. I think the marker washed out of it, but it's still the natural color.
Oh.
Actually, on the last day of school, or I might do this on Monday, I have a wolf tail, and I want to wear it to school so badly. But so like, part of me is thinking you can wear it for the last 2 periods, cause they really can't do anything. And plus, I'm able to just take it off and put it in my backpack. So I might just wear it to see what people think, but I'm gonna have to fix it, cause I remember I was cosplaying because I was bored. I was cosplaying as Nico, and some little girl came up to me and started pulling on my tail because I was at Walmart, and I looked at her and I crouched down and I said, "What do you want?" And she said, "I like your tail." I was like, "Thanks." She said, "If I cut it or pull it off, will you feel it?" I'm like, "What?"
So, actually, I really wish that I had like some place like that, because right here where I live, if people see you do that in public, people think you're a weirdo, and then people ridicule you and put labels on you and a lot of crap. So I try my best to keep my otakuism in my main vicinity, which is my room. So I keep that right here. Because if I go outside dressed as Kawaii-kun ever again, I'd probably, like, get stoned to death, probably. I'd probably get stoned to death.
The thing is, where I live, if you're weird, you're cool. Because I see people... No, so, I remember one time when I was young, I was in the back of the car, because my mom was driving somewhere. I was looking outside,
Oh crap.
and I see this naked man on a bike
Driving.
saying "Keep Austin Weird" on the back. I'm like, I appreciate that sign, but I don't
Oh
know.
god.
Maybe he was a
Oh,
nudist.
Oh no.
And like you'll see people like wearing weird clothing, and it's overall good like
Oh
good
no, my
place.
sister woke up.
So
Okay, check this out.
Yeah.
This one time, okay, in my whole childhood, this was the one time I was actually scared of my dad. So I was at school. I was in like I was close to. I had now rolled into like kindergarten. So what happened was there were like these playing blocks, right? And the kids were tossing them all around class, and it looked fun. And I decide, you want to know what? Let's make it rain playing blocks. So I put playing blocks in a bucket, and I spin around and I let it go. Only that if I really wish that it did rain playing blocks instead of breaking the light bulb. So I got home. I know I was in trouble. My dad acted normal because he didn't hear the news. So he heard the news in the morning, and he was like, "So, why'd you break the light bulb?" I was like, everyone was tossing around blocks, and I wanted to join, so I put all the blocks in the bucket, and I tossed it a little too high, and it broke the light bulb by accident. I wasn't aiming to break the light bulb intentionally. It was an accident. He was like, he got so mad, and I could see it in the face that he's getting mad. And my uncle just rolls through the door, and he's like, well, stop yelling at him. I can hear you from upstairs. And my dad is like, I'm not yelling. You're the one that's yelling. So they go upstairs to talk, and I just hear like this rustling upstairs. And I just tell myself, you know, let's make sure they're okay. I just put on my school shoes, and because at the time I had like a uniform, so I put on my uniform. I'm like going upstairs, and as I stepped on the first step or so, and I saw my dad and my uncle just fighting upstairs, like tussling, and I'm like, holy crap! And a mind is telling me, Raheem, go stop them. And another mind is like, if you get caught in that, you're probably gonna get killed. Look at them, they're gonna crush you. You get fall on, and then I run back downstairs, I grab my bag, and they fall down the stairs, tussling, and I'm like, through the door, down the road, into school, and into my class. I'm like, oh god, I'm glad I'm at school. So the afternoon I got home, now I'm like, my dad's eye is swollen, my uncle's arm is in a sling, and I'm like, good evening. My dad looks at me, was like, good evening. My uncle was like, yeah, what's up? Had a good day at school? I was like, yeah. I'm just gonna go upstairs and do my homework. It's like, yeah, you do that. And then my dad was like, oh, I got a surprise for you when you get upstairs. So, I get upstairs. I see this box. I'm like, this is a shoebox. Really, he's like, because it wasn't any normal shoebox. It was one of those shoeboxes that were like huge. So, little did I know there was something else other than shoes in the shoebox. I was in love with Heelys, so when I opened the shoebox, the first thing I saw were a pair of Heelys. I was like, oh my goodness, these are Heelys. These are Skechers. Dad, where'd you get these? They had a clearance sale, so I bought them. I was like, okay. So there's a paper under the shoes, and there was something in the box. I was like, I look at my dad like, what's under the paper? He's like, I don't know. I'm going back downstairs. I know something you'll love. So I read the note. It's like, I don't want you outside anymore because that causes problems. So I bought this for you to stay inside. So hopefully you stay in your room and you do whatever. So I'm like, do whatever. And I removed this paper. I was like, you son of a bitch. Like, literally in my head, I said that as a kindergarten. I was like, you son of a bitch. I was like, dang. It was like, so you guys know how there are toy laptops, but then there are actual laptops, right? This was a kind of mixture of both. It was both like a toy and actual laptop. And I was like, wait, how do I use this? How do I turn it on? So when I actually started to learn, I actually stayed inside and taught myself how to learn to use a computer. And then I was like, oh, okay, so this does this, and this is the mouse, and my first laptop was literally it was smaller than the one that I have now. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. And the first thing I ask my dad when he comes upstairs, he just asks me, "So you like it?" And I look at my dad. I'm like, "Dad, how do we play games on this thing?" He's like, "Oh, now I know you like it." So the first games I ever started to play on my laptop was like Pokemon and like stuff like that. And then I wanted to go further, but then like this was one of the oldest laptop you could probably ask for. So the processing wasn't too good. And yeah, so I couldn't play games that I play today, and like eventually the laptop got old and it fell apart and it stopped working, and I was like so bummed out. And then that's when like DS and 3DS and stuff started to come out, and I was like, yeah, I know my life is gonna be awesome now. You know your life is gonna be awesome when cool shit starts to come out, like PS3 and PS4. And Xbox Ones and Xbox One X. What's the difference? What's the difference between the Xbox and the Xbox One X?
I've heard of Xbox One X as like the sound system on the Xbox itself. But it's still
You want
the
to know what they
same.
should make?
The,
They should make a portable Xbox, something you could walk around with.
Yes.
Like
I would love
because
that.
Sony has like PSP, PS Vita, and I think they just made a portable PS2, by the way.
Ooh.
oh, interesting.
So I was saying, Microsoft, you need to step up your game, man. Make something portable, portable
Yeah.
X or something.
Yes, I would love to carry around a little Xbox and play.
Guys,
freaking-
comment down below on this stream. Should Microsoft make a portable device, handheld device? Because I'd really like to see that.
Yes, they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk outside and yell out, Microsoft needs to step up its game. Sony's
Step up your
gonna beat
game,
them.
Microsoft. You need to do.
Step
I
up your
mean-
game.
I mean, they make laptops and you can carry laptops, but you can't play Xbox games without. Well, you can play some because it's on the Microsoft Store, but still, it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Wait, Marshy, do you have a channel?
What?
Do you have a channel as well? Like, do you post on your channel?
I post. I haven't been posting in a month and have no motivation.
So, right, guys, I have a challenge. So, I will start a schedule, and every time I miss out a schedule, part of the schedule, I will eat a chili pepper, live and direct
Oh,
for
no.
you guys. And every time I missed a video for the schedule, I haven't made the schedule yet, but every time I miss a video for the schedule, I will eat a chili pepper right in front of you guys. Live
Oh dear.
and direct. I swear that I will uphold the schedule for all of you guys, and I will not fail you. I promise. Hopefully. Because I hate peppers, I hate onions, and I hate broccoli. So you guys can pick. If you don't want to see me in pain, you can probably see me cry eating onions, or probably cringe at eating broccoli, whatever you guys want. I mean, I don't like carrots, but I mean, you can put carrots on that list as well, because I heard they're good for your eyes. They're good for seeing.
Yeah.
So, right. Thank you guys for watching this stream. If you enjoyed it, smack that like button, subscribe today if you haven't been a Mayfwolf, or part of my Mayfwolf community. I am actually starting a blog spot for all of you little Mayfwolves that are subscribed to me. So, as soon as I get the blog spot up, I will stream the blog spot, all it has to offer. I will have a little help from Marshy here and Danny and all of my staff,
Hey.
because Marshy and everyone here are my staff, so they're my staff. Yay.
Go sub to me. Join the Marshmallow Army if you want to.
Yeah. Go join the Marshy army.
Become a part of my dream.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys in the next stream. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.